Hi everyone, today I'll be doing a quick review on this Kyosho Mini Z 4x4 terrain set. And starting right off the bat, you get 5 of these little squares. And all 5 squares are identical. And it has a nice sandy rock terrain look to it. They all feature this little divot at the middle. They don't connect to each other or anything like that, but they do have this little divot. And the overall look of the terrain set is actually pretty nice. It's very convincing as like a sandy rock terrain. Very nice texture to it, and it's very lightweight, easy to carry around, weight wise. And overall, I think their functionality is pretty good. One thing I'm very disappointed though is for the price. I was expecting something like harder, like ABS plastic or something plastic molded, but these are literally just formed cardboard. You can see it's very clearly just cardboard. At the bottom here, you can see it's even more clear that it's cardboard, and it can be easily mistaken for just like packaging material because that's essentially what it's made out of. So that was really disappointing to me, especially for the price of the set. I believe it goes between $70 to $80, sometimes even $90, depending on where you get this. And for that amount of money, you're better off just making your own terrain that will look better than this and will be cooler than this, more unique than this, for much less money. Just buy like a $10, $15 trip to Home Depot, or even just cutting up and gluing up boxes you have laying around. So I definitely don't think it's worth the money, but I got this on a discount, and even with the discount, it was pretty expensive still. It's like $60 on AMain, and it's because being made out of basically cardboard material, one of the panels on mine came crushed. So that is just the kind of durability and quality you'll have to expect from this terrain set. But with that said, let's use it and see if it's at least fun to use. And then get into my closing thoughts. So to test, we'll be using my Mini Z 4x4 Land Rover Defender. This is just the classic Defender look. The only modification that's been made to this is the springs have been cut to give it more of a stock ride height. So let's check it out. And you can kind of see the size of these panels. They're quite large actually. You can see it in comparison to the rig itself. And you can see how far up some of that terrain comes up. So it is quite large, and it's actually a lot larger than I was expecting. And using the Mini Zs on here, the terrain does really help the vehicles look very realistic. It looks like very reasonable and realistic off-road terrain, especially for the Mini Zs. So it is at least a very fun terrain to crawl over. You can see a problem with it being so lightweight is the Mini Z is actually able to push it across just with these tires if the surface doesn't have enough grip on it. But you can see it really accentuates the suspension travel on the Mini Z and looks very cool to use. We set this one up at a little bit of an angle. So the terrain set is actually pretty fun to use. Being cardboard, if you have a cat, you kind of have to be careful of them using it as a scratch pad. So definitely watch out for that. And you also don't want to step on this or anything because it will not hold your weight. Again, it's just cardboard. So for some final thoughts about this terrain set, I think it looks really nice and it's really fun to drive over. But for the price, it honestly should have been made out of better material, like plastic. Should have had more variety of terrain, been able to like interlock together, and just overall had more features and be made out of better material. The one benefit you would think from being the same 5 panels is being able to stack together for easy storage. But because of the little nub at the bottom, even with the holes, the hole actually isn't big enough for it to slot into. So it won't even actually stack together properly. So that's pretty miserable. And the price that they're charging for this, like I said, in some cases almost $100. It just honestly feels like a scam. So very, very disappointed with this terrain set, and I would definitely skip this altogether. Nothing against Kyosho or the Mini Z 4x4s in general. Most of their stuff is pretty good, and the trucks themselves are pretty fun, but this terrain set, definitely not worth the money. you're honestly better off making something yourself. And speaking of which, if you do want to see some ideas of how to make your own cardboard terrain, I'll have a video at the end of this one that you can check out of a terrain I made for free in a hotel room for the Mini Z 4x4s. So check that out if you want. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day and have fun with RC.